Welcome back to Rappin Dough. It's your man Dom Bucks. This the Home Money Conversations. This is the podcast for people that make good money but want to keep it. You dig? But tonight I got a frustrating topic tonight because it's not about getting rich. It's about staying rich. So, that big tax refund, that new job, you caught a lick, you got a good record deal. It's not about chasing the moments. It's about knowing what to do with the money when you get it. And our boys Fat Joe and Jadakiss got a podcast. They talk about how they live in check to check, which is crazy. So we're gonna get into that after this intro. Rappin Dough, Rappin Dough, Rappin Dough. Yeah, man. It's crazy. When I show y'all this, I don't know if y'all seen it, but this is why we can't be living like the celebrities when we get these tax refunds and, scoring these good jobs. Because, the culture tell us blow money fast and all that craziness. We can't be living like them because a lot of them don't even know what to do with the money. The rappers, the athletes, a lot of them don't even know what to do with their money. How you a whole millionaire, but you live in check to check? Like, that don't even make no sense. It don't make no sense. But the thing is, people get money, but don't have no plan for the money. So they catch the lick, they get the record deal, but first thing they want to do is go get a big chain or whatever the case may be. So it's not about getting rich. It's about staying rich. You know what I mean? This is why you need systems. The systems I be talking about all the time. Automatic investing, like a bucket for taxes. Because, jokers be like defaulting on taxes and all that craziness. But a strategy for scaling your bread. So if you don't have a strategy for scaling your bread, it's just a cycle. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Check this out.
And you check the check. You think you check the check? You working every day, check the check. We check the check. If we buying $300,000 watches, homes, and everywhere, we check the check.
That's why you got to keep working.
That's why you got to keep working.
Everybody is so rich, and why they fucking still working?
You still working because you ain't had no plan for the money. Bro talking about what he just said.
We check
That's why you got to keep working.
That's why you got to keep. You think you check the check? You working every day, check the check. We check the check. If we buying $300,000 watches, homes, and everywhere, we check the check.
That's why you got to keep working.
There you have it. Why you got to buy a $300,000 watch? That's why you still working. Let's get it.
That's why you got to keep working.
Everybody is so rich, and why they fucking still working? You gotta fucking work.
Yeah, you got kids in college. You got all type of
shit going on. Yeah,
mortgages. You got car notes. You got shit like
they don't stop. The bills don't stop.
The bills keep coming. I don't care.
The bills is coming now.
The bills is coming now. The train is coming. And so what happens is, I don't care how much money we make. It's almost like shampoo. The shit just slipped through your fingers. I'm not safe. No, I'm keeping it real with you. I am not safe with no amount of money. You don't know how many times I made $1 million and that shit was gone in like a month or two.
This pisses me off. This is why they push this in the culture, blowing money fast. But this is from the horse's mouth. You're hearing it from the horse's mouth. They telling you how it slips through their fingers. They just buying shit. They just buying shit. How about you buy some income? You can buy income. So instead of buying a $300,000 watch, why don't you buy $300,000 worth of income? Dividend stocks. So you eventually you won't have to work or work as much because your money is buying money. Your money's supposed to grow on its own. Money is a tool. Money is a tool. Like a screwdriver or a hammer. Money is supposed to make more money. So the first instinct you got when you get money is to buy something flashy, you already lost. You already lost. Buy more income, more assets. Get a rental car fleet. Get some dividends. You already got the digital products. You got the music. But as soon as you get the lump sum of money, you go on to buy multiple houses that you probably, and if he was renting them out, he wouldn't be complaining about it. So he probably not renting them out, making no money off them. So those are liabilities. If it ain't making you money, it's a liability.
And it's just regular shit. Yo, pay the lawyer, pay your insurance, pay this.
Repeat process.
Just this, that. And then you turn around and it's like, yo, where's the bread? Yo, bro. Louis Vuitton ain't cheap, bro. All that shit you doing out here looking cute, it ain't cheap. And so there's always a check to check. I don't care.
Whose fault is that? I said this before. It's like how you play in shit and then complain that it stinks. You playing in shit and complaining it stinks. How you causing a problem and then complaining about it? It's crazy. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Like,
How much money you make.
That ain't hip hop, no. That's hypocritical hop.
yeah, it's hypocritical hop. So, fam, it don't matter how much money you make, right? If you got a broke brain, if your mindset ain't on where it's supposed to be, having this financial intelligence. If your first mindset is to, oh, what could I buy with this 300,000? Instead of, what could I buy that's going to pay me forever? And yeah, we wasn't taught this, but at that level, you ain't rubbing shoulders with investors. Or maybe you are and you ain't listening. You just hard-headed. You just want to maintain an image. And that's what I was talking about before in previous videos, lifestyle inflation. People get more money and all of a sudden their lifestyle increases when it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. But this is the culture that we've been hammered in the head with. No diddy. Like, they beating us in the head with spend your money, blow your money, instead of making your money work. You don't have to invest all your money, but some of it. So you won't be sitting up here complaining about, oh, $1 million just slipped through my fingers because I bought a $300,000 watch. Louis Vuitton ain't cheap. Do you have LVMH? Do you own any LVMH? That's the company that owns Louis Vuitton. That's the stock ticker symbol, LVMH. Do you own any of that? We got to add value to ourselves before we add the vanity. Like, I wish I knew this 20 years ago, but they too old to not know this stuff. We need to be thinking, when I make $1, how many more can it bring me back? That's what we need to be thinking. Staying rich, man, is the goal, not getting rich. Staying rich, right? Knowing what to do with what we have first is going to help us when we do get rich to know what to do with that. You can't be trusted with a lot if you can't be trusted with a little. So it's not about, catching a lick and getting rich once. It's about staying rich without having to start from scratch every time. That's the move. That's Rappin Dough. And let's lock in, man. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell next time I go live.